I have never watched the Grammys, but like the Oscars, it's one of these award shows that has steadily declined in popularity. The ratings are going down year over year, and I kind of see why. I kind of understand that a bunch of celebrities that are getting up to give other celebrities awards gets old after a while. And even if you're talking about something like music, which, look, I like music, okay? Shocker. I enjoy music. You know, I heard someone actually say, like, fun fact about me, I like music. What the fuck? Like, are you an alien trying to blend in with humans? Are you like an AI android? Fun fact, I listen to music. Wait, next thing you're gonna tell me you breathe and drink water. Like, not a fun fact at all. But anyway, yeah, the Grammys, I think, could have been something that didn't get old if music itself wasn't becoming stale, if that makes sense. I feel like music now has become very formulaic, and a lot of what is popular now is stuff that comes from TikTok, and TikTok has a certain type of sound that is kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. But yeah, so the Grammys as an award show.
Beyonce making herstory at the Grammys.
Please welcome
Herstory.
Donald Trump.
A symbol that transformed artists into legend.
Hillary, what's the metal album? What?
If you're going to talk about artists pushing boundaries, this is what great artists do.
I don't think great artists do this. I think Sam Smith is like a shattered lava lamp who's decided to stand up for LGBT people by making Christians 100% vindicated in everything they believe. When Christians say this is demonic and then you say, no, it's not, and then Sam Smith is like, oh, yes, it is, you are going to lose because Sam Smith, well, he did just say he represents you. And so anyway, I don't know who this person is. Probably super trustworthy with, shit smeared all over the face. You know, great person probably to represent the cause.
However, in recent years, something changed.
And Sam Smith as a singer is good, and so we should keep this on the topic of singing and music because that is what it is about. But the performance of the music, I think, is intertwined with the music, and the performance being what it is, which is shit, you get where I'm going.
In recent years, something
It
changed.
feels like they forgot to get someone else, and so they just called me again.
The show's vieurship is lower than ever.
Despite a lot of his
What did that say? 98%? That's a big number. 98% of 18 to 49-year-olds in the U.S. didn't tune into the Grammys this Sunday? 98% of people. Wow. That's quite a large amount of people who didn't watch.
Lower than ever.
Despite a lot of historic firsts, the Grammys on Sunday hit a new all-time low.
And what was once music's biggest night is now there for nothing more than to be a source of viral moments.
Oh, Jaden Smith, you silly guy. Why did he do this? Do we know?
And to be one of the internet's favorite punching bags.
Can't get much woker than Trevor Noah.
BTS is breaking record after record, but the Grammys are only using them for their...
You know how I know and why I'm so sure that the Grammys are using BTS?
So now we're all busy trying to figure out a way to commit arson on the entire Grammys for what they did to BTS.
Between the infamous snubs, the secret committees making decisions,
What do you guys
A lot of snubs. Yeah, people who should be getting Grammys are not getting Grammys.
talking about?
It's like a nuclear device has been detonated.
and artists starting to speak out.
Don't ever ask me to come here again. Please do not ask me. My answer is no for 100 million years.
It's easy to see why everyone's questioning its reasons for existence.
We control what's cool. We control what's hot. We control what your kids listen to, what they did.
Hey, Sean, you weren't supposed to say that part out loud. Hey, Sean, let's make sure that you're sticking to the script that we've prepared for you to make sure that all the things that you know you're doing don't get other people to know what you're doing.
Dance to. We
Your kids listen.
control what's in video games. We control how they wear their pants.
Why does he sound like, what's demonic?
Take this toy helicopter, put it down his pants.
But believe it or not, there was a time when it served a higher purpose. You see, the Grammy ceremony is created in 1959
I feel like it's not serving a higher purpose, but that's just me.
to legitimize music in the same way the Oscars legitimize movies, by adding a gold trophy to symbolize the highest form of achievement. So they create the Recording Academy, and not long after, hold the first annual Grammys. It's classy, it's sophisticated, and most importantly, it's exclusive. Just what the industry wants. And even though the major
Yeah, now there are people who are getting snubbed, and what they're getting snubbed by is like complete slop, right? Like, I think Doechii, the person who made the horrible remix of Somebody That I Used to Know, that anxiety song that you're hearing everywhere, she got a Grammy, right? Isn't that, it was a different, maybe it was a different award show. Let me just see. Yeah, okay, so yeah, she did win Grammys, which is, I just don't really, yeah.
focus is on music, they want to cast as large a net as possible. Ideally, they want to cover everything not already covered by the other award shows. I mean, after all, what is music if not organized sound? A couple of these include Best Comedy Album.
This is a Christmas album.
What?
So obviously I should thank Jesus Christ.
Best Music-Themed Movie, and Best Spoken Word Album.
Best Spoken Word Album includes poetry, audiobooks, and storytelling. We got
These are albums?
Imagine being so good at Jeopardy that you end up winning a Grammy.
How are these
That's how
albums?
good you got at Jeopardy.
Yeah. I didn't know white people was doing spoken word like that.
This one's basically just given out to celebrities with audiobooks or speeches.
Jimmy Carter, the former president of the United
States. You're not going to invite some random person who just makes audiobooks to a room full of Justin Bieber to your famous people. Like, you just wouldn't do that. And then people, like, you're going to win an award and then Justin Bieber is going to clap for you. Like, no one knows who you are. You know, like, I have a Spotify podcast for my second channel. Is that, like, does that count? Like, is Rogan going to be... This doesn't really make sense. Can you win a Grammy for being a podcaster? No, you can't. You could, I mean, and there's sort of a weird thing, like, you know, the streamies exist for streamers, and then, like, you know, there's creator awards for YouTubers and such. But if you're just a podcaster, I think you have to just accept that you're people's entertainment on their way to work or something like that, and that's all you'll ever be, which is fine because it pays for a lot of people. You know, they'll have a podcast and it's their you know, what they live off of, but, you know, you're not going to be decorated in the same way that Sam Smith has been.
United States has been awarded a Grammy,
which is certainly something, I don't know, that says something about us as a people. And so, yeah.
For Best Audiobook.
Some of the winners include Stephen Colbert, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and even Martin Luther King Jr. in 1971.
Wow, okay.
Wow. By the 80s, the Grammys are absolutely massive. Tens of millions tune in religiously. Every A-list star imaginable shows up ready to shine. Because when you've already got money, validation becomes the ultimate currency. But soon, this currency starts to lose its value. You see, the Grammys have never been all about rewarding the best music, rather about rewarding the right music.
The Grammy nominees are announced, and they are laced with anti-establishment personalities. Out of the 14,000 members, how many do you think would be Dick Cheney supporters?
And when people grow tired of this, everything starts to fall apart.
What?
In 2010, a band going by the name Arcade Fire beats superstars Katy Perry, Eminem, and Lady Gaga when they win the Best Album Award.
We are very happy. Thank you, world. Peace.
Oh, wow. Thanks for the shout outs.
Who are those people?
The internet goes absolutely ballistic. And
what the hell? Who is Arcade Fire? Yeah, I've never heard of them. Eminem didn't win Album of the Year. Shit, where's Kanye when you need him? We'll never watch Grammys again for real. Yeah, what? Kanye West tweets hashtag Arcade Fire. Like what? I don't mind Sam Smith's music. He had a lot of songs that were playable radio songs. But yeah, everything he's doing is cringe to me. That's how a lot of people feel. Like, you're not alone in that. A lot of people would have been fine with, like, enjoying his music and even playing it. But then when there's all this shit that is, like, attached to it, then it's just too much. And then, like, speaking of which, like, we have Kanye here. Like, you don't think people are, like, they feel awkward listening to Kanye? Even, like, you know, now that he's kind of become this completely controversial, divisive person, like, it happens. And also with Kanye, I think the difference for me, at least, is, like, Kanye makes infinitely better music than Sam Smith. And so the leniency that I'm going to give someone in terms of their crazy passes or, like, all their, whatever you want to call it, their past to, like, misbehave, like, I'm going to give him a lot more than I am to Sam fucking Smith. Like, you know, that's just how it is. And, like, you know, he's earned it. I mean, he's made so many good albums that, you know, maybe he's allowed to say a few anti-Semitic things.
Who is Arcade Fire starts to trend.
I've been hearing...
Arcade Fire had one song, and Where the Wild Things Are, and no one watched that movie. Well, okay, why are they winning?
Stuff along the lines of, who's Arcade Fire, who's Arcade Fire, who's Arcade Fire, and then, you know, some related things on the Who is Arcade Fire site on Tumblr.
This seems to set off a domino effect, as each year after this, things keep getting worse. In 2011, Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, an album critics and fans alike consider to be generation-defining, topping multiple music charts, and even appearing on multiple Best of the Decade lists. Doesn't even get an Album of the Year nomination.
Ooh.
What's going on? And next, in 2014, one of the biggest spits in the face, Kendrick Lamar, an artist who people are calling rap's new messiah, after releasing his biggest album yet, loses Best New Artist to Macklemore. The guy that had a viral moment for a song about thrift shopping. Well, that can't be
No
good.
way.
He's sitting in bed
No
with 3
way.
Grammys
That's
right now.
insane.
Macklemore!
Macklemore, what a joke. Wow. I mean, that is insane. And look, man, I don't like Kendrick as an artist, not my cup of tea, but Macklemore, no one's cup of tea.
So listen, I've been ranting and raving all morning about how
the Grammys snubbed Kendrick Lamar, and as a white guy, it's one of those moments that feels a little embarrassing, where you feel like white people were given something yet again that we shouldn't have been given. So I thought, who better to ask about this than the Grammy winner himself, Macklemore.
Try being the guy that won that award.
Sure, these moments chip away at the Grammys' credibility, but still, most of the industry plays along.
Like, they must hate Macklemore to give him that award, because they're putting a giant target on his back and basically saying, like, give this dickhead, don't hold back. Like, just be rude and be ruthless, because he just stole something from your black king, Kendrick Lamar. And so you better tweet at him, you better harass him online, because we just gave him an award that we know he didn't deserve. Like, they must have hated him, yeah, so.
Because at the end of the day, the Grammys have that kind of hold on them. In the Academy's own words,
in a lot of ways, the prestige of the Grammy Award comes from the fact that it's peer recognized. So peer recognized, it means your fellow creators, the ones who are living and loving the craft. They're the ones who determine amongst their peers who deserves to win a Grammy.
But as these snubs pile up year after year, people start asking, how can a committee of over 10,000 people be this out of touch? Who's really making these decisions?
Oh, I don't
Something smells off. But before we get into that, let's talk about something that actually smells good.
Whatever he's selling smells great.
It is literally the biggest song of the 21st century. Everything he touches turns platinum, topping
Blinding
the
Lights.
charts.
Yeah, he's
to
got
nobody's
a lot of
surprise, he even
songs.
performs at the Super Bowl halftime show, attracting millions of viewers.
He's a good
After all
singer.
of that, the music world expects him to wipe the floor with the other artists at the upcoming Grammys.
Right.
Then, the nominations come out.
Okay.
Hold on. Am I seeing this?
Who got nominated here? Kate Renata. Kate Renata's good. I was just playing his music.
Right? No
Yummy Justin Bieber. What?
nominations.
What?
At all.
None?
People are furious, especially The Weeknd. However, in his attempt to stoke the
what a
fire,
joke.
he leaves people more confused than angry. The Grammys remain corrupt. You owe me, my fans, and the industry transparency.
Right.
Then, in a New York Times interview, he says, because of the secret committees, I will no longer allow my label to submit my music to the Grammys.
That makes sense.
Well. Plenty of artists have opted out of submitting to the Grammys in the past, many of them even tossing out accusations of corruption. But
well, I mean, there's not even accusations. Like, these are completely validated claims when you look at the fact that it keeps on happening. Like, it's not like you're accusing it of happening when it's been happening for a while. Like, your accusation has been made at a point where basically everyone can smell what's happening. And so, yeah, I mean, and even if there were to be like a level of transparency that would satiate a lot of the artists, you still have to understand, like, that would also completely validate the amount of, like, let's just say corruption that people have been saying exist, right? So you basically can make it better by admitting that you guys are fucking corrupt, and then people will not even trust you, because it's like, well, if you're admitting that you fucked it up once, then how could we ever trust you to do it again? Or basically you can just do what everyone's doing, which is or what The Weeknd's doing, and just not, play.
But secret committees, that's new. According to the Academy, they were created in 1989 to ensure nominees truly reflect the state of the industry and make sure selections are based solely on artistic and technical merit. They also whittle down the top 20 picks to 5 to 7 nominees. That's a lot of power. And as of late, at least, to a lot of people, it looks like they're not doing a very good job. As it turns out, around the same time as The Weeknd makes his statements, the CEO of the Recording Academy, Deborah Dugan, is placed on administrative leave. The charges against her, alleging voting irregularities, financial mismanagement, and
It's going to be like January 6th for the Grammys?
conflicts of interest within the Academy. Basically, the former CEO is claiming the voting process is rigged.
You're saying that in some cases, the nominating process has the involvement of people who have an interest in the nominations, artists who might be nominated are in the room. Absolutely.
And not just the artists, it's the people who have business affiliations.
What about the allegation that
Is that,
artists
like,
have
surprising?
made
It's pay to
that
win?
it is
Yeah.
predominantly white, that the decisions are being made by males? Is that true?
It is true. It's predominantly white males that call the shots.
She says Sunday night, artists up for Song of the Year took spots
Grammys got microtransactions? Oof, yeah.
from Ariana Grande and Ed Sheeran.
When you move somebody up, somebody comes out. And I was in the room, and I did see that happen.
The Academy's response to all of this is riveting.
Quote, voting members make their choices based solely on the artistic excellence and technical merits of eligible recordings.
Nice. But the public is still outraged.
Yeah,
The Grammys
PR
are
response.
over, not relevant anymore. Don't believe me?
Well, here are the facts.
So BTS has lost all of their Grammy nominations. I think this needs to be a major wake-up call to armies.
Even the infamous and
I mean, I know people would definitely be more upset about that than The Weeknd. Let's just put it like that.
unforgiving BTS Military commence
oh my god, this is gonna be bad.
full frontal assault following BTS.
This is gonna be bad.
That's not winning anything that year.
Rain on me. Lady Gaga with Ariana Grande. Are you kidding me?
No, we're not.
Rain on me. Lady Gaga
Oh
with
no.
Ariana Grande.
I really don't think that people outside of ARMY understand how xenophobic and racist the
Guys, strap in.
Grammys have been to BTS. Now, it is BTS's dream to
Xenophobic.
win a Grammy, and they genuinely still believe that if they work hard enough, they will get one. But realistically, what more can they do?
Grammy literally only nominated BTS for one category, just so people don't question the integrity and the fairness of the award show. 9 months. Almost
I love how that's supposed to be bad. I mean, obviously it's a lot less than the billion, but like, guys, we're falling asleep. It only has 300 million. Really? I don't know.
almost $1 billion in 6 months.
Well, this is also reaching Americans and Koreans. I mean, probably worth more, but yeah, anyway.
A WTF scammies.
Scammies, yeah.
Likely due to the BTS regime and their actions, the Academy...
I mean, they like, hey, I'll give the BTS fans some credit here. Like, yeah, they're probably onto something. Like, yeah, I mean, if they can't even win, then like, what's, like, you know what?
Academy folds under the pressure.
Doesn't even make
says,
sense.
You guys win. Starting right now, the secret committees that are anonymous and nobody even knows anything about, they're gone. Yep. We promise. We told the secret committees to go back to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, nothing to worry about anymore. However, despite their efforts, it appears the damage has already been done.
Despite a lot of historic firsts, the Grammys on Sunday hit a new all-time low. The award ceremony only brought in about 9 million viewers compared to 19 million from last year.
The illusion shatters, and the Grammys panic. Because even without these committees, the Grammys still make choices that leave the public baffled.
The queen of rap has never won a Grammy. That means your voting system is flawed.
Wait, who's the queen of rap?
I don't care about how prestigious your process is. If you look at the facts, it's flawed. If you have to brag that now 40% of your voters are black, that means it wasn't the case before.
How many blinks is that? Oh my goodness. But anyway, look, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I mean, yeah, it was rigged, and like, yeah, the demographics were probably not like that, but I don't really know necessarily if that has to do with the Queen of Rap getting an award. Maybe it does, because I don't know who it is, and maybe someone who would listen to that knows who it is. Nicki Minaj. Okay, she deserves it. Nicki Minaj is a good artist.
Prestigious your process is. If you look at the facts, it's flawed. If you have to brag that now 40% of your voters are black, that means it wasn't the case before. So are we gonna go back and fix that?
However, in 2025, it appears these changes are enough for The Weeknd to put the past behind him and do a surprise performance, but not before the new Recording Academy CEO goes on stage to make this heartfelt speech.
I remember waking up to the headlines that The Weeknd called out the Academy for a lack of transparency in our awards. Criticism is okay. I heard him. I felt his conviction. So over the past few years, we've listened. We've acted. And we've changed.
Nice. I'm not buying it. I think they need to make the backdrop a little more elaborate. Unfortunately, based on the public's reaction, promising to get rid of your secret committees doesn't constitute as change for a lot of people.
I'm embarrassed this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year.
Doesn't the Grammys hate Miley Cyrus? This has never gotten a Grammy. If she's not nominated next year for a Grammy for Flowers, then that's when we'll know. These are the only people
Flowers sucked. That song was so bad.
that are ever nominated for Grammys. Okay.
I can buy myself flowers. I mean, it's not bad. I should take that back. I think it's just repetitive, and I don't like it.
Okay. Adele, Bad Bunny, Doja Cat, Lizzo,
Bad Bunny.
Harry Styles, Taylor Swift. Literally. If you look at Miley and you see that she has 0, it just doesn't make sense to me. I know. It doesn't make sense
That's fair, though. I mean, Wrecking Ball was a great song.
to me. So
it doesn't help that award shows in general are starting to die. Some have resorted to gimmicks or one-time arrangements to improve views in the last couple years.
This year, you're going to see some stuff on stage that you have never even imagined you would see on a Grammy stage.
However, this doesn't change the fact that the internet gives these artists more validation than a Grammy could ever give them. It's hard to tell who, if anyone, actually cares anymore. Either way, it looks like the Recording Academy has some hard times ahead if they don't do anything soon. Also,
yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. I am not tuning into the Grammys, and it makes sense why they're failing.